Previously, we saw that you can create some folders to then individually assign to students, just like if you were keeping folders in your classroom in person. And so then after that, we went through how you could then assign past materials and then supplemental materials to each student within their folder. So now we're going to go a little bit beyond that and talk about the grade setup if you wanted to have that available for students to look at and for you to use. If you go to grade setup in that course, then here you'll see module 1. So if this is an Algebra 1 class, then what I can do is I can add each module as a category. And what that's going to allow me to do is keep track of what students are getting on their assessments and also give them an opportunity to see what that looks like. So in Algebra 1, there are 8 modules. It's the longest course. Most courses only have between 3 and 4 modules. So I'm going to leave it at this for now. So what you could do now that you have this is you could go back to the materials that you would assign the student if you've already copied them, and you can adjust by editing. So here, submissions is disabled. You would want to enable. And then here it's ungraded. But if you change it to module 2 category, which we just recently added, then it's going to record the score as part of module 2. Because this is a pre-assessment, I don't want it to count against their grade. I'm going to change the factor to 0. So even if a student gets a 0 on the pre-assessment, it's not going to impact their final grade if I change it to a factor of 0. This, you can see, is being assigned to the one student, right? And so then that's exactly how I want to leave it. It's published currently to that student, so the student is aware that this is something that they need to do in their folder. I'm going to save the changes. And then what you're going to notice if you go to Gradebook is that now you'll see that that assessment is here. So when that student takes this assessment, you can see in your gradebook how that student did and what their score is, and they're also going to see it as part of their report on their page.